The following is a reenactment of a news broadcast covering Casper SMC's arrest from 2021 because it would have cost over $2,000 to use 45 seconds of the real video. No thanks.
21 people have been arrested in Johnson City following a drug trafficking investigation that seized 176 pounds of marijuana, 385 grams of cocaine, 72 firearms, and over $800,000 in illegal proceeds. The police say the organization was led by this man, Jesse Alexander Rogers. Rogers was charged with money laundering, conspiracy to distribute over 300 pounds of marijuana, and over 300 grams of cocaine. Jesse Rogers, who we know as Casper SMC, has managed to keep his true identity and past hidden for years. But the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation's criminal history report that I paid $30 for is about to undo everything that he's done to achieve this. After I was notified of Casper's history, something from my original video exposing him as a fraud suddenly made sense. $10,000, that's a very high amount. What? Uh-oh, idiot, that's a sim account. Uh-oh. Blah blah blah, old news. This is what I'm referring to. Yes, hello, this is still me, Jesse Rogers. I made a self-indulgent autobiography blog page website thing about myself because I'm a narcissist. Oh really, I meant the autobiography is about himself. Shut up! We now know that this seemingly self-absorbed obsession of spamming various websites with strange autobiographical blogs was actually a perfectly designed and executed plan to hide his name from search engines. You see, all of these sites specifically include his middle name, because you know what's below this when you search Jesse Alexander Rogers? Oh! There it is, the news station and site that he's successfully kept hidden all these years, which we'll get into very soon. Probably done to assist in the cover-up, he partakes in suspiciously specific blogs about things like how to stay fit while traveling, as well as the best destinations for authentic experiences. And you might be wondering, what kind of successful trader and entrepreneur in the finance niche has time for that? Don't worry, they're all AI generated, which furthers the idea that this is all just done to scramble the search results for his name. Now before we get into the good stuff, you might want to say, hey, people make mistakes, they change, our pasts don't define us, and you're right. That does happen to some people, but Jesse is not one of those. Listen to me closely. Jesse is a terrible human being. This is the same guy who, right now, is scamming gullible beginners into buying $10,000 trading mentorships containing information that's all available for free. Double whammy, the free information doesn't even work on its own, which is why it's sold, and Jesse himself has been caught pretending to be making money but secretly using a sim account. That post exposing him was mysteriously removed by Reddit, but luckily I was able to extract all of the info and put it in my video before that happened. Jesse's company is trained with manipulation tactics to take the information you give them during the sign-up process and figure out a way to use it against you. If you tell them that you'd like to make money from trading in order to help out your mother, but after some communication decide that you're not going through with the purchase, well, they use it against you to say that she'll be disappointed in you. Taking a look at just some samples here from Casper, it doesn't take personal experience with manipulative people for your bad person radar to start going off. Jesse Rogers went from selling cocaine to selling dreams, and he himself is a fraud when it comes to trading. Remember, I'd support a reasonably priced course from a successful trader. Casper is not that person. There's nothing that can't be learned for free when it comes to trading. And I started the IManTrading.org project to prove that. Nothing to buy, just a beginner guide, my trading strategy, and the best prop firms. All free. The only thing that changed about Jesse from 2021 to 2024 is his haircut, which is just the fake guru finance bro version of this goofy haircut. I won't reveal everything in the Tennessee criminal history report that I got, because who cares about public intoxication, speeding, registration violations, insurance violations, felony possession of Schedule 6 drugs, and so on and so forth. So let's focus on the big one that made the news. According to the Johnson City Police Department, Jesse was the kingpin of a large drug organization. 21 other people were arrested with him, and on screen is what was seized. Remember, all that cocaine, $800,000 in cash, and 72 firearms? That's only what they caught. This big arrest also included 2 counts of Tennessee drug-free school zone enhancement, which apparently happens when drug offenses are committed within a specific distance of typically either a school or park. There's also some money laundering and other things, but you know what? Learning this makes one of the sections in all of those autobiography blogs really funny. Specifically about how Jesse had a career in door-to-door sales where he advanced from a sales closer to a sales manager through dedication and hard work. Door-to-door sales? Yeah, selling cocaine. Advancing from a sales closer to a sales manager? Yeah, starting as a drug dealer and then becoming the leader of an entire drug organization, with the drug dealers now working for you. As for the next part, I have various sources that say the solar sales and trucking stuff is mostly baloney, but we'll move on because we don't have much info there. By 2022, Jesse's severance in trading yielded significant results, earning him over $600,000. Something seems a little off here, doesn't it? Are you telling me that after he got arrested in April of 2021, it only took him 8 months to become a consistently profitable and successful trader with $600,000 in profit? I mean, according to him, he was doing the trucking and solar business stuff. And what kind of idiot would run a quote-unquote unsuccessful business if they were making huge money from trading in their free time? Besides, according to this, he was honing his trading skills, not making money yet, so the earnings would have had to come all from 8 months. We know that because the time before the supposed solar and trucking stuff refers to him going from a drug dealer to becoming the leader of a drug organization. Regardless of whatever BS is going on here with the timeline and various claims, there's obviously significant plot holes and lies somewhere. We know that, but let's also be real about those supposed trading earnings, which I can do because I don't have a mentorship or trading course to sell you. Trading is possible, it's just insanely difficult and emotionally, psychologically, and physically taxing. In September of 2022, I set out to create my own trading system, obviously with the goal of becoming a profitable trader. It took over a year of daily experimentation and trading just to develop what the approach even was, and it took until December of 2023 to truly finish defining everything about it. From there, it wasn't until right now where I have finally managed to achieve many months of consistent payouts from firms. And you know what I've earned from trading, specifically just from futures and prop firms? $9,200. Not exactly as high as Jesse. You get it? Cocaine? And it's certainly not the millions I hoped to be making at this point, but it is valuable side income. Of course, the amount of agony that went into achieving this makes that questionable, but anyways, I am getting to something important that you'll want to hear. I know my channel is often misinterpreted as the day trading is impossible type, when that's just not true. Fake gurus claim hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars made from trading, without any proof of course, when in reality only a small percentage of traders will actually make more than what they lose, and then only a small percentage of that group will make equal to or more than enough to replace a full-time job's income. Thankfully, I know of around 7 to 10 consistently profitable traders, and guess what? None of them sell anything or are influencers, and none of them do trading as their full-time job. Their performance ranges from a few grand per year to several hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is astonishing, but if you think they achieved this in just 8 months or even in just a couple years, then that's only because of fake gurus like Jesse who create an unrealistic image of trading. I'm only sharing this to contrast the ridiculousness of Casper's claims to the reality of the true learning curve, even if we didn't have all that other information on him. The entire retail trading industry is led by people who don't know what they're talking about, and the only thing they're good at is marketing and manipulating people into buying mentorships and courses. Anyways, the real truth in this video is that we finally learned what the SMC part of Casper SMC truly stands for. School zone, money laundering, and cocaine. Or maybe just so much cocaine. This is the Tennessee Department of Corrections website, and me searching Jesse Rogers to bring up this page, showing this recent picture that was taken a few years after the initial arrest. He obviously had a very good lawyer, since a drug kingpin went from a nightmare of prison time to just getting off with having less than half a gram of cocaine. I'm not kidding. He did all of that and is now just on probation until February 5th, 2030. His only crime? Having less than half a gram of booger sugar. Yes, when the initial arrest seized almost 400 grams from his drug organization. Multiply an ounce of cocaine by 14 to see how much that is. Or we could just do this, but there's no real sense of scale here. Scale. Haha. Say what you want about the couple 100 pounds of weed, blah blah blah. There's no justifying cocaine. Actually, this strain of cocaine just helps me sleep. Taking a look at my $30 Tennessee Bureau of Investigation report, you can see that everything he was charged with was dismissed and that the marijuana stuff isn't even in here. I'm no legal expert, but that seems kinda fucked up. Maybe his lawyer, who is actually a trading influencer himself, will comment down below and explain how he pulled that off. I certainly know who I'm calling if my 21-person drug operation ever gets busted. So Jesse was fined $2,000 plus court costs, rendered infamous, and put on probation for 6 years. If the justice system worked, Jesse would be in prison instead of becoming another fake trading guru. Here's an email Jesse sent out while I was working on this about joining his mentorship with the subject line, "I fought for this. 7 spots opened. I just got out of an emergency meeting." After hours of debate, I convinced them to open 7 more lifetime spots. Why? Because the emails I received over the holiday weekend broke my heart. Jesse. James. No. Jesse. Alright, sorry. Jesse, I was with family for Thanksgiving and missed the deadline. I've been following you for months, waiting for this opportunity. Please tell me there's another way in. So I fought for you. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. He opened 7 more spots for the mentorship. Yeah. I feel secondhand embarrassment reading this, but of course that's not a problem for people like Jesse who don't feel shame at such childish and goofy attempts at manipulation. That email is far more subtle than this one, just, saying your mom will be disappointed in you for not joining the mentorship, but both are just so embarrassing. Also, the only people who fall for this are the least intelligent members of society, and those little idiots need to be protected. Jesse's entire business model is knowingly manipulating and scamming the most vulnerable people with the dream of getting rich quick. Remember, intelligence does not equal value as a person, and stop associating cost with value. Wake up. Hi, I'm Jesse. I had to fight my employees in the company that I own so I could make $70,000 from 7 more mentorship slots from my viewers. I had to physically tie them up to send out this email. Yes, the people who work for me. I had to fucking fight them to death to do this. Please don't tell my parole officer. People change and our pasts don't always define us, but Casper is not one of those people. His way of using people as tools went from cocaine to overpriced mentorships and taking advantage of people's dreams of becoming rich. If it wasn't trading, it'd be real estate or something else, because parasites will always find a way to be parasites. It's just who they are. The means in which they accomplish the goal of exploiting people for profit at any cost is the only thing that varies. Now, I have more information on him, but protecting the identity of people who share information with me is always the #1 priority. Stop paying for information on how to trade. It's all available for free on imantrading.org. It's why I started it. Thank you so much to my patrons and the people who make these videos possible. Look at the pinned comment for links to the news broadcasts that covered this original story in 2021.